to our final conversation. In politics, never say never, because there's no permanent friend nor foe. As such, the All Progressives Congress APC says it remains open to welcoming a former presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, to its fold. The APC National Chairman, Professor Nentawe Yedwada, insists that the party's doors are still open to Kwankwaso. Meanwhile, the governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, has dismissed suggestions and the APC is discouraging the defection of more state governors to the party. Governor Sule said more governors will still join the ruling party. BKO, the APC national chairman, publicly declaring that the doors remain open for Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. For political watchers, what does this mean for the APC? What does this mean for Kwankwaso himself as the political godfather in Kano State? And also, what does this mean for the NNPP?
Yeah, actually, that is a party that is fractured, a party that is in crisis. When we talk about this party, we must bear in mind that it is factionalized. It is like people talking about the PDP and referring to the Turaki faction as the PDP, referring to it as the leadership of the PDP. Of course, that is wrong. Turaki, Makinde, and others constitute a faction of the party. That is the way it is with the NNPP. There are people who do not see Kwankwaso as the leader of the NNPP. So Kwankwaso is fighting the battle of his life.
Political life.
People didn't see the defection of Abba Kabru Yusuf coming, because for 40 years they had been together. Abba Kabru Yusuf is his in-law, married to the daughter of his elder brother. And he's always been under his wings. But politics is an interest-driven game, and politics is by nature unpredictable. Now, Kwankwaso has lost the governor to the APC, where he came from originally, before going to PDP. The governor has taken with him all the 44 local government chairmen in Kano State. And these local government chairmen, most of them were handpicked by Kwankwaso himself. He's lost all of them to the governor. 9 federal lawmakers he has lost to the governor. 31 House of Assembly members he has lost to the governor. That means the structures of the party the governor has effectively hijacked. No matter how strong someone is politically, if you don't have the grassroots base, that is local government chairmen on your side, if you don't have the councillors on your side, you're going to struggle. You are going to struggle, because these are people who make things happen on election day. So Kwankwaso is in a big battle, and what, in my view, because he doesn't seem like someone who wants to go to the ADC, because he does not have a good relationship with Atiku. Okay. So his best bet will probably be to follow his governor to the APC. That will have been the best option for him. You saw that when the governor of Delta State wanted to move, he made sure that his godfather, the immediate past governor of the state, they went together. you know. So in this case, it is difficult for Kwankwaso, even if you to contest election in Nigeria, to do well in election in Nigeria, you need funding. Where is he going to find the money? Where is he going to find the money? He's not. He doesn't have deep pockets like others. He's reliant on the governor. Now the same governor has left him alone. That's why someone like Galadima said he burst into tears. Because the governor defected, he burst into tears. So they've given him now an opportunity. They are saying that, look, our doors are open. If you want to join us, you can come. You can come, so that you and the governor, you at least will belong to the same party. But Kwankwaso, in my view, overplayed his card. At a point, it looked like the governor was not going to get a second term, that the Kwankwaso will frustrate him, will not allow him to get a second term. And the governor became desperate.
Okay.
That was why he had to go to the APC.
Okay.
And a lot of the appointees were rather taking instruction from him rather than taking from the governor, including the deputy governor. So the governor was left with no choice but to leave. Now they are saying, look, come and join us. I know if he finds it difficult to take that decision, but I also know that he does not like Atiku. So where does he go now?
That's a
Will
question.
he prefer to stay in the party? So if he stays in the party, he's already in a weakened position because the governor has taken away all the local government chairmen, taken away the 31 House of Assembly members, taken away 9 federal lawmakers. And don't forget, Senator Kawu Sumaila, sometime in May last year, already defected from the NMPP to the PDP, and these are his very strong loyalists. So he's in a quandary politically. I wonder how he's going to get out of it.
Absolutely. But looking at it, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, what strategic political calculation, informed, the APC's public invitation for Kwankwaso now?
The more the merrier.
He's a strong man in Kano State. Does he really have the national spread?
The more the merrier. The more the merrier. The more the merrier in the sense that APC wanted him from day one. I saw his release from the publicity secretary of NMPP saying that there was no time they had such meeting, but we know that's politics. As long as that meeting was not public, as long as that meeting was not under camera, anybody can say there was no such meeting. But one thing is clear, that APC wanted him. His role in 2023 being on the ballot also helped APC in that victory, because the fact that APC had a wide margin against Atiku, closed a lot of gap that APC had issues with Atiku. So for me, Kwankwaso is very critical, but I think he has lost it. He didn't really, apply the iron when it was
So you think he needs APC more now?
He needs APC
than
more.
APC needs.
I think it's two ways.
Two ways.
Two ways, in the sense that whatever it is, whatever remnant he has, whatever influence he carries, Kwankwaso was almost building that kind of Buhari's image, but just that it is limited, where he doesn't need to give them any money, he doesn't need to pay his agents before they work for him. He has that kind of, I don't want to use the word cut-like followership, but now that the only governor he has left, and I'm happy that BK was able to also put it into, because some have also said that he got married to his daughter. I think that's not true. BK has also elucidated that. So for me, I think it's not too late for him to join.
Now,
APC.
Gentlemen, the other part of this conversation, Governor Abdullahi Sule, he said that more state governors are likely to defect, to the APC. But what really is attracting the governors to the APC? Is it the love for the president or self-preservation here? What really is attracting?
It depends on the part of the country the governor is coming from. and at which point he is in his gubernatorial journey. Most governors will be moving out at the end of this tenure, next year. They want to be where the action is. Some came with Tinubu in 2023. They want a second term. Now, the law of jungle says that if you are in a hole, stop digging. That's the law of the jungle. But in politics, the more the merrier. If you are digging, dig somewhere else. Never know the one that will fill up first. So everybody is hedging their bets towards a continuation of the Tinubu presidency.
Survival.
And the only way you can survive that is to ensure that, because we now have a president who is not afraid to wield the big stick politically. Because there are things that Tinubu is doing that we call it the second term things. Things that you do only if you have nothing to lose. But he's doing it in his first term. So that sends a signal to some of these governors that maybe this guy knows something that we don't know. So not to be caught unaware. That's part one. Part two, of course, is that most northern governors will be rounding up with Tinubu himself.
Okay.
2031, all things being equal. Ceteris paribus. They want to be in a position
To be the successor.
to be either the successor or a kingmaker.
Oh, okay.
So they want to be sure they are part of the game. Because remember, PDP went Kotamus, barely 3 years after losing power. It's not because it was a bad party. It was the fact that it's no longer the vehicle that was needed to move certain careers forward. Today, APC is that vehicle. That's why when you hear the opposition say things like they are killing the opposition or they are taking the governors, I think the song now is that governors don't win election. You get all these rhetorics going forward. But at the end of the day, it's every man for himself and Almighty God for all of us.
Now, how many governors now? I think like 31 governors. 31 governors.
No,
I think
29.
29.
Who are those left outside? There is
4 governors in PDP, 1 from Accord, 1 from Labour, and 1
Abga.
from...
No, the Abga is
Abga
APC adjacent.
All right, but look, let me pick it from what you said, that governors don't win election, because there are those who...
I never said that. I said that's what the opposition is
believe.
saying.
Okay, but because there are those who believe that governors defecting into the governor does not translate into actual voter support or election outcomes. That governors going into the APC does not mean the people will go in with them.
That's true.
But BK, how do you respond to this? BK, are you still with us? Okay. All right. While we wait for BKOs to fix it, I mean, governors, there are those who believe that governors' defection does not translate into voter turnout or election outcomes.
The truth is...
Question to ask
okay.
the elections.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I said the person who said that, we need to ask him this question.
Okay.
Very pertinent question. How many governors lost their elections in the 2023 election? Let him answer. How many sitting governors were defeated? So if you are saying governors don't win elections, so who wins elections? Who? Obasanjo realized early that governors were very important. And that's why he had to beg them. Because the governors wanted Atiku in 2023, in 2003. Atiku would easily have become president if those governors had not been placated. Because they will not work for the president in their states. So with the resources in the hands of governors now, given the fact that our politics has changed, our politics has been thoroughly monetized.
Thoroughly.
Anybody who says governors don't win election does not know what he's talking about. But these are the people who bring in money and ensure that somebody wins. We have the resources right now, much more than before. And since our politics has become the Bofunwako Sebe, they are going to roll out money and that person will see that governors win elections. When he was governor, will he be happy to hear that governors don't win election? Yes. When he was governor, they lost some local governments, even in Ijesha land. His own party lost. But overall, you cannot say governors don't win elections. The only way you can convince me that governors don't win elections is to show me that in a preponderance of cases, sitting governors don't get re-elected. If you cannot prove that sitting governors usually don't get re-elected in Nigeria, then your argument is baseless. And from what we have seen, 99% of the cases, sitting governors get re-elected in our country. So how can you then say governors don't win elections? So who wins? Is it me, Babajide, that wins elections for governors? Where more than 99% of them always get re-elected. It's in rare cases that you will find that 3 or 4 governors were not re-elected. It hardly happens. It hardly happens. I think in 2019, we had some cases like that. But out of 36, that's even a humongous number. Yes, by the law of averages. If only about 4 governors lost their elections, that is significant already. And it effectively combats the argument that governors don't win elections. That is not an argument that you can back with facts. We are fact-based people. Let's lay the facts on the table. Let's put data on ground and ask ourselves the pertinent question. How many governors failed to get re-elected? How many? How many? So very few, very, very few of them. So don't say governors don't win elections. If they don't win elections, the people like Makinde would not have been re-elected. After all, he was not in the ruling party, but he got re-elected.
He got re-elected.
And how many of them lost? How many governors lost their re-election bids? That is the question for that fellow to answer. How many?
All right, absolutely, BKO. I mean, just your final thought, just in 10 seconds, so we round up.
Okay, I think it's clear that for those who say that from the premises available, 2027 is already
a done deal.
Is a done deal. I think what party should be looking at is 2031, but this is not for APC to go to bed. And I think what that person was also trying to push is that, okay, even if some may vote for governors and not vote for president, but in this case, there is an alliance between the president and the governors. So it's not a case of just run away when it's time for presidential and you now face your own. You know, what happened in Lagos is not likely to happen in many states this time.
GKB, take it home first.
It's always a pleasure to enter the Nigerian political scene. It's the most unpredictably predictable.
Very interesting
thing that we do as a nation. I love people tell you that politics has never been rested, but now we are going fully into it. So I expect a lot more things like that.
Quotable quotes.
That doesn't really work in the real world. But they have to console themselves. It's not easy to be an opposition where you have no state governors. And so you can now say that.
Yes.
You know the thing in the Bible about the splitting the baby into 2. Only the one that's not the mother will
agree to that.
Like that.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. BKO, thank you so much.